Just going to have a quick look at some charts. First cab off the rank is Cvn Gnm. Just going right back here from the death of dawn, okay, and its lowest low to its highest high. We've put in a fib set here, okay, and this is the last fib here at this level here where the stock is currently at. I've just put this horizontal line on here just to show past resistance, okay, which has now become support here at the 15 cents. And the funny thing here at 23 cents, there was a gap made on this up channel here. It was never filled here. It was still a 1 cent gap, and I see it's come back and filled it now. Might be a bit of coincidence, may not. But anyway, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here for you. Okay, so this is the Alamo here, where we're sitting here right at the moment. There's my data window here. It's sitting right here at this level here, which is 21 cents. Okay, so short term wise, it just might come back off and retest that 21 cent level. I see the little candles are a gravestone. On the daily chart, our daily indicators are getting up there a little bit. Okay, they can still push up higher. They've got more to go. Okay, here on our DEMA, which is the thing I use here, this could get up to the 70s. It could even get up to the 80s. It's been up to 90 before. That's fairly exceptionally high. Okay, MACD is still there as well. Okay, so that's basically it on the daily. And I've just drawn a line along the bottoms here, and if we have, whoops, I don't want to do that. Down, here we go. I'll just bring that back. And do it like so. So basically what I do is pick up that trend line. That's what I want to do. And just place it along those tops there. Okay, so you could expect a move up here to the 40-odd cent range. It does range trade this stock, and as you can see in the past, it's done some really big ranges. So that is something I'd be looking at with it. And that's one range there. Let's just see if I can grab that without grabbing the Bollinger. No, grab the Bollinger. Okay, come on, you damn thing. Play with P. Okay, and roughly the same range again. Okay, and that would give the same range again. So I just bear that in mind. Just quickly looking at the weekly chart. Okay, and this is where there's the difference between the weekly and the daily chart, is that on the weekly indicators, they're all just starting to turn up, and it has a long way to go. Okay, so that's what I tend to be looking at. There is at the weekly at the moment. If you're a longer term holder, it all looks pretty good. So that's about me done there on CVN. I'll just take a break and we'll do the next one. Next cab off the rank is GNM. Okay, don't ask me how you pronounce that name. I just cannot go there. Okay, it's not a very pretty chart, as we can see up here at $1.90 odd, and it's just had a big fall off the cliff, as a lot have. Okay, it's then, this is the overall fib set that I've got on this. It's then tried to get up and hold the Alamo, and it's finally broken here again. Okay, now it's on its way back down here, and usually when a stock can't hold that level there, it's going to go all the way back to the start and find its support level back down there, is what I tend to be thinking with that one there. If you notice, this is old support becomes old resistance, should become support, which is right about there. It's tried it there, but it's already gone through it, so I'm expecting it to come back to this 23 cents level, and what it's going to do from there I don't know. At the moment the daily indicators are reasonably low. The Scott's trying to point up. Okay, but I don't really believe that. The DEMA has still got more to go down, even though it's getting very low here. But that is the trend direction at the moment. And our MACD is turning down again as well. So I'd be expecting it to come back down and try and find some support around 23. It would be my opinion. Just quickly have a look at the weekly chart. We can still see that this is still a big red here. Okay, it is outside the bollies, so it might do a little bit of stuffing around in here for a few days, but I really think it's going to come back down to this level here first. And we have a look at our weekly indicators, and we can see that yeah, MACD could roll down. The SCOS is still heading down, and so is our DEMA. And you know, our smaller DEMAs are underneath the DEMA here, so it's definitely a bearish sign for that stock. Okay, so I'll leave that one there. And next cab off the rank is Santos. Okay, STO. These are the overall fibs for this here, and you can see that on this 50% line, it pretty much respects that. Okay, it's had some nice bounces off of it. I've just drawn in a little red dotted trend line in there. You can see it, and it's pretty close to these lows here at the moment. The only other thing, and this is, you know, like a bigger trend line down here. Only thing that really concerns me about this stock, this really does look like a head and shoulders pattern here. Okay, and that is not funny. There's your head up here. Here's your left shoulder. And this could be a right shoulder forming, or a series of right shoulders forming, okay? But we'll just bear that in mind, okay? And we'll just have a look at a few other things here and just see levels you need to look at. That 50%, okay, is right there around your $11.40 odd, 40.50. One would expect that to support this level here. At the moment where the line is there, which is also $12.91. Okay, is another area to look at. The only other thing here that concerns me a little bit too is all the MAs turning down here. This could be construed as a dead cross, and we can see what happened last time the blue went through the purple. Okay, she went south for a while, okay, and then recovered. But it's also an area which could be accumulation and distribution. Okay, people getting in and out of the stock as well. Okay, just zoom in a little bit closer there, and we'll just go and have a look at the indicators. Still are all turning down here on the daily chart. Definite turn down there, and that they do have further to go down, so I'd bear that in mind as well. The weekly chart indicators, well, they're getting a bit overspent here on the weekly, okay, which is something to bear in mind, but they still have more to go down. So I tend to think the stock is going to come off a bit here. Okay, and that's our weekly, and again we can see our head and shoulders. So if it doesn't hold this black line here, should definitely be looking in to visit the 61.8, which it's bounced off quite well in the past, okay, but that's down at $9 something. So yeah, I'd just be a little bit concerned about that stock there at the moment with Santos. Just having a look at WPL, Woodside, okay. Very similar again to Santos actually. Supported at the 61.8 very well, and then ranged right back up. And I bet you that range is going to be pretty similar to this here. Again, it's just lost this line of support along here at your 38.2%, and this is on the overall all-time fib set. Okay, our MAs are pointing down into a dead cross position. Okay, and yeah, she's coming off. This is a little trend line I've put along here. It's just breaking this at the moment, so I say it's going to look at this 50% and see if it can find some support along there and bounce off of it there, and that's $36.20. is what I tend to be thinking here at the moment. I'll just have a look at the indicators. I haven't had a look at the indicators on it at the moment. Let's get rid of this. Let's look at an average. Delete. Okay, our MACD's turning down on this here at the moment. Our DEMA is still trending down, okay, even though it's getting to an oversold level. Our SCOS has still got a little bit further to go. Let's just check the weekly on it, and yeah, weekly MACD is still heading south. The SCOS are well and truly getting into an oversold level, and so is the DEMA, but I've seen the DEMA has been down lower before, so could continue to do that. This on the weekly chart here too, you know, if you can just see that little turn down of that red and blue, that's a short entry sell trigger, okay? And you had basically the same thing up here as well. You've had them before, okay? So yeah, if you're a short-term trader, that's what you'd be thinking about with the stock at the moment. The 200-day has maxed it out up here, and there's a big red in there, and yeah, I definitely think it's coming down to have a look at that $36 level. Worst case scenario, you'd be looking at your 61.8, which is in here roughly at $28.13. So yeah, you'd probably be a screaming buy if it got down that low. But yeah, it's all basically turning over here with the MAs and that, so it's not looking particularly pretty. Also, another thing you could put in a case for is it always seems to like to support around this area here. It could just bounce back up from here. Like I said, the indicators were getting oversold. You have another level here, but you know, that's below your 50%. So yeah, I'd be tending to be looking at that 50%, and it bouncing off of that there is what I tend to be thinking of. If it gets down any further, that's what I think it's going to visit. Okay, it's just basically what I think about it anyway. So yeah, that's it from me.